Hello, hello. Welcome to Friday Sews. I'm Stephanie. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my channel. It's going to be a little bit of sewing, a little bit of everything. So sit down, have a cup of coffee, cup of tea, and let's chat, shall we? I want to start with my week a little bit, and then I'm going to show you what I made this week. But it's been kind of a downer. And I am an upbeat person, and what you see is what you get. Like, people say, oh, you're so cheerful. That's just kind of what I want to be. Like, I am normally a cheerful person, but this week's been hard. And I kind of have put my finger on it a little bit. It's just a hard year. Okay, I'm not telling you something you don't know. I'm in California. We're locked down maybe a little bit more than where you are, but I know there's other places that are the same as us. And so staying home a lot. My circle of people that I'm around is small, but that's okay. They're the people I care about the most. A couple of best friends and my daughter and her kids, my hubby, that's pretty much it. And going to a few stores, but I haven't been that many places. And I think the downer is, here's the holidays. And normally it'd be really bustly. Like, there'd be all kinds of events to go to, things to attend. And I'm really just missing my old life. Maybe you are too. And I don't like have a solution for it. I'm just saying I miss my old life. I miss getting dressed. I miss having places to go. And I miss seeing people. Not just my people, but just people. Like, even the couple of times we've traveled, which has only been like twice, still everybody was their distance. We didn't really see people. We didn't really talk to people. And in my old life, I saw people all the time. You know, strangers and events and things like that. Haven't been to any business things. I mean, this time of year, it'd be one holiday party after another. So, missing that. And so, on that note, I'm trying to do things to lift my spirits. And here's just a little list of some of the stuff. Pray more. This is a good time to really get closer to God and just pray more. So that's something I'm working on. Creating. I've been a fiend of sewing. This is way more sewing than I ever do. And house projects, I've done so many. This is way more than I usually do. We've been working on all kinds of cool things. And, you know, hubby's got more time, so he's super handy. We put in some new drawers. And let me just say, I want to tell a story about this. I had these funky drawers that were built in like in the 60s. My husband's parents remodeled this house when they lived here in the 60s. And they built these drawers, and they're just these big old honking wood drawers that you reach and you pull out, and always hard to open. And that's where my silverware is and everything. And I'm like, I just hate these drawers. And I want different drawers. So I called my daughter, who's, you know, she's flipped a house. She's done some remodeling. She's super my go-to person for all household things. And she said, Mom, I'm sorry, that can't be done. You know, you'd really need to replace the cabinet. You can't just replace drawers. And I'm like, why not? Ask your husband. He's the contractor. So she asked him, and he said, oh, tell her I'm sorry. She really needs to buy a whole cabinet. You can't just put drawers in. I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. So in my mind, I thought, if I just found drawers that fit that size, that weren't maybe even a little smaller, but not bigger, but just would fit in there. So I went online with my measurements, and I found a cabinet at IKEA, a cabinet that had the same amount of drawers, same height, same width. And I went down to IKEA, and all I bought was the drawers. I didn't buy the cabinet. Came home and told hubby, would you put these drawers in, please? He's like, oh, I don't know if they'll fit. And I'm like, you can make them fit, I'm sure. Just put a little, you know, piece of wood to make it perfect. And it took him 2 days, and he did. He got, like, you know, some plywood or maybe some masonite, I don't know. And he just fiddled with the edges until they were just right, and he put those drawers in. And I told him, I go, it's going to be like they were always there. We're just going to be so happy with them. It's going to be like they were always there. So I've done a lot of house projects. And he, poor guy, he has done so much. But my goodness, it's been great. Diet. I've been on a diet. I've been on a diet for just about 3 weeks. So a bunch of my friends, you know, if you watch me, you know that I'm in isogenics, have been for 17, 18 years, somewhere in there. It's just a health program. And a bunch of my friends started doing something called the shred, the ER shred. And it's really just awesome. I tell you, I didn't want to do it because I've always been more of a vegetarian, and this is more keto-ish. It's not keto, but it's like that. It's a lot of meat. And the results were so good. I'm like, well, I can't be left behind. So I got on it about 3 weeks, and I've lost 10 pounds, but that's not the best part. The best part is energy's up, and I just feel really good. Like, I emotionally feel really good because it's an elimination diet. So you just bring yourself down to very few ingredients, and I'm at the stage now where I'm reintroducing my regular food back into my diet, and then I'm going to see what causes bloating, what causes inflammation, what causes me to not feel great, because we're all so different. So I'm happy about my weight loss, and clothes are fitting really good, and I'm just going to keep going a little bit more. This is not where I want to stop. And so along with that, now that I'm at a place where I'm kind of just happy, I am adding in exercise. So I'm only exercising at home, but I'm doing some yoga, and I'm going to do just some more like toning exercises. So I'll keep you posted. And I have a goal to avoid negativity. It's hard, but you know, I'm mostly alone a lot, so it's just me. If I'm not negative, then I can avoid it, right? So those are just some, just for starters, lift my spirits kind of things. And next, I'm going to show you what I made. Just can't get enough. Love. Just can't get enough. I'm wearing it. So I had this fabric, and I showed it 2-3 weeks ago in my my weekly video, and which I was calling Saturday Sew and Sew, but now I've joined the Friday Sews group with other sewers. So if you want to see theirs, I will put a link to the other Friday Sew videos in my description, and I hope it grows. If you have a sewing channel, or you sew on your channel, you want to do the hashtag Friday Sews, let me know. But I made this because I love this fabric, and it's for winter, and every time I look at it, it's like summer. And so I'm like, it's winter, so I'm going to make this. And I wanted something quick and easy, and it needed to be small amount of fabric. So it had to be a top, because I only had a yard of this, 1 yard. And I mean, even with that, I still had to make it like work because I only had a yard. And this is the pattern I use. It's called New Look 6762. And it called for 1 1/4, so I was just a little short, but it worked. It worked. So my review on this pattern is, I liked it and I didn't. There were things I loved. I love the shape of it. It's got this like not set in sleeve. It's kind of weird how this becomes part of the sleeve right here. I don't know how to explain that, the neckband. Anyways, it had a little dart. It has a little dart right here. And it was like, it's like the pattern knew that it was a problem, because it's telling you to be careful not, and just to sew a little knot. You know, I do that with most of my darts anyway, just sew a little knot at the end. But it was like sticking up. I feel like it's still sticking up. It was like sticking up, so I had to go over it a couple times just to smooth it down. And I thought, I should have made a muslin, because if I'd have made a muslin, I would have known to fix it before I made this top. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not making one first and then my fabric I want. But it turned out, so I'll still wear it. But I ended up doing it again just to see if I could fix it. And it's this one. So what I did on my pattern, because you know I redraw, if you don't know, I redraw all my patterns so that I have my own pattern that I can alter and draw on and write notes on. And so I do it out of paper. So I drew my pattern, and so I drew a new sleeve. And as I put this sleeve in, I altered my pattern piece so I could make this again and again. No dart. Let me just show you these two side by side. Could you see a difference? Because I fixed this one, but if you'd have seen it before I finagled it, it was like, it had these two little ooh right there. So just in case, I wasn't sure, since this ended up being like a trial, isn't this cute? Kind of has that 70s vibe, and I'm a 70s girl. I graduated in 77, so I'm a 70s girl. So I thought this had a 70s vibe, and I bought extra just in case I wanted to finagle it some more, but it worked. So I ended up just making the skirt of the same pattern, and it turned out super cute. I tried it on and it's super summery. It's very light and it catches on my leggings, so I would only wear this in the summer. So I haven't hemmed it. I marked it, but I haven't hemmed it, and I think I'm just going to put it in my summer box. Also, I altered the waistband. It was just a fold over with elastic, and I did my yoga waistband, but I cut it half. So if you haven't seen that video, I just like that kind of waistband. There's no elastic in here. It's nice and smooth, and I didn't make a big wide one. I just took my exact pattern that I made for myself. You watch the video, you'll see, and I bring it down half so that it's not really wide, although it would have been fine. I just didn't have enough fabric, to be honest with you. So it's a cute little skirt, and I would do this pattern again. It was, if you ever need something really fast, this was one pattern piece. 2 pieces put together, fold over the top, have the bottom, and you got a skirt. So that was easy. And so I think this is good. I might even try the pants sometime. It's got a long skirt, and one's more narrow with the 2 slits, and one's a little bit more full, and it has a tie. And honestly, if I had some more fabric, I might even go see if they still have this. I would like the tie, because it's like a cool to wear the top and the skirt together. It looks like a dress, but it needs something. So the tie with the sash would be just, to me, it would be super cute, but more of a summer thing. So I don't know. Anyways, I actually do not have another sewing plan for this coming week, although I do want to make something. I just don't know what. I think I want to look at my stash or make something, but I think another thing, since Black Friday is literally coming up as you watch this on Friday, that's Black Friday, so I'm hoping to build up a little more of my stash. And it's hard for me to buy online. Is it hard for you to buy online? I don't know. I want to see it and touch it and feel it. And yet everybody, well, at the sewing store, they said Joann's fabrics are cheapo. And I only buy Joann's. And can I just defend myself on that? It's easy. I just go to Joann's, buy some fabric, come home and make something. I don't have to go through this like online, wait for it to come, make sure I'm going to decide what I might change my mind on what I want to make. That happens. So I'm going to try to buy some fabric online, and definitely I will show you what I get. What's a good amount? 2 yards? Could you make pretty much anything with 2 yards? Or should it be 2.5? If I wanted to make like a tunic, it'd be like 2.5. But I don't want to get such a small cut that I can't make much out of it. Like this one was only 1 yard. I didn't know why did I do that? What was I thinking? I think I was just trying it. But isn't it pretty? It's velvet. This will be so cute with a sweater and pants and a boot. I might wear this to Thanksgiving. So I'm filming this on Thanksgiving, but we're having our Thanksgiving on Friday. My son-in-law is an RN at the hospital, and he works on Thanksgiving. God bless all the people who work essential jobs for us. Thank you so much. And so we're having our dinner on Friday. It feels weird. My daughter and I were talking about it. It feels weird that you all are having your dinner and we're not, but we'll have it tomorrow, so we'll catch up. One last thing I want to show you. I bought this at IKEA. Isn't it cute? It's just wood. And I have this idea to paint it white, and then I'm going to decoupage some of my favorite craft papers on the front panels. And then I'm probably going to put it back in that corner. I think that would be cute, and then put supplies in it. I'm going to have so many drawers. I'm really going to start bringing up more of my supplies that are downstairs, so I need more little cubbies for little things like, snaps and, Velcro and elastic and things like that. I have them all in a little drawer unit downstairs, but I don't love it. It's plasticky and old, and this will be so cute. So I'm excited about that. So another project with painting. I would love to hear how your Thanksgiving went. Was it lonely? I mean, it's lonely. We're having the smallest one we've ever had. It's just my daughter, her husband and kids, me and my husband and my son. We see each other all the time, so we are, legal. But let's see, so we're only allowed to have 7 legally, so they're 4, we're 5, 6, and my son is 7. So we don't have to tell anybody to get out. 7. What's the difference between 7 and 8? I guess you have to cut it off somewhere, but my goodness, they should have done 12. I don't know. I'm not in charge of this. I'm not trying to make light of serious things. We are being careful, and so we're having our little meal together. But I have to say, my daughter's dieting too. Once she saw me, of course, losing a few pounds, she had to join in, and so she's doing the same thing, and none of us want to break our diet for Thanksgiving. Isn't that weird? But we are, because, we got to live our life. and I'm going to get right back on my healthy plan Saturday, since we're doing Friday. How was your Thanksgiving? I'd love to hear. If you haven't, come find me on Facebook and we'll get to know each other there. It's just easy to chat on there, and I love, love, love seeing you. So come find me on Facebook. We'll be friends, and I will see you next time. Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye now.